You know the images, the towering blue Gnostics, their expressive faces, those piercing yellow eyes. They're utterly iconic, etched into our cinematic consciousness. But have you ever paused to think about what it actually took to bring them to life on screen? I'm not just talking about the actors, but the incredible visual transformation, what we might loosely call their makeup. For a film like Avatar, the concept of makeup goes far beyond a simple brush and a pot of paint. It's an epic tale of technology, artistry, and a truly staggering budget. James Cameron, the visionary behind Avatar, didn't just want to create another alien race. He wanted a species that was utterly believable, emotionally resonant, and physically unique. This wasn't going to be achieved with rubber suits or traditional prosthetics alone. His ambition demanded a paradigm shift in how characters were designed and rendered, particularly for non-human roles. He aimed for a level of performance capture and digital artistry that had simply never been seen before on this scale. It was a massive gamble, but one that would redefine blockbuster filmmaking. So, how much did the makeup cost for Avatar? It's a question that needs a bit of unpacking because the traditional definition doesn't quite apply here. We're not just talking about what goes directly onto an actor's skin. We're talking about the entire process of transforming human actors into those incredible, 9-foot-tall blue beings. This includes conceptual art, digital sculpting, texture painting, rigging, and crucially, the elaborate facial and body performance capture systems. It's a holistic approach to character appearance, where every pixel is meticulously crafted to tell the story. At the heart of the Gnostics transformation was the performance capture stage. Actors like Zoe Saldana and Sam Worthington spent countless hours here, not in traditional makeup chairs, but being prepped for digital capture. This involved fitting them with specialized motion capture suits, covered in hundreds of reflective markers. But the real magic for the makeup effect was the facial capture rig, a helmet-mounted camera positioned just inches from their faces, recording every nuanced expression. This wasn't about covering up, it was about capturing every single detail. Imagine this, every single day on set, before even a single shot was captured for their Gnostics characters, actors would undergo a meticulous preparation ritual. This wasn't just slipping into a suit, it was a multi-hour process. They'd have hundreds of tiny dots strategically placed on their faces, serving as digital anchor points for the facial capture software. Then came the fitting of the lightweight head rigs with their cameras. This painstaking daily application ensured that every twitch, every smile, every frown from the actors translated directly to their digital counterparts. Once captured, that raw performance data became the digital canvas. This is where the true makeup artists, the digital sculptors and texture painters, took over. They weren't using physical brushes but sophisticated software to design and apply the Gnostics' intricate skin patterns, their bioluminescent spots, and the texture of their fur-like hair. This required an army of specialized visual effects artists, each focusing on different aspects of the Gnostics' appearance, ensuring consistency and hyperrealism across every frame of the film. It's an astonishing amount of detail, when you really think about it. So, let's talk numbers, or at least estimates, because these figures are often closely guarded. For Avatar, the total budget for the visual effects, which includes all this character design and performance capture, was rumored to be well over $150 million. A significant portion of that, let's conservatively estimate around $60 million, can be attributed directly to the makeup and character appearance development for the Gnostics and other creatures. This covers the R&D, the hardware, the software licenses, and crucially, the salaries of hundreds of highly skilled artists and technicians over several years. That's a huge investment, which is wild, by the way. Now, while the Gnostics were almost entirely digital, let's not forget the human characters and other practical elements. Actors like Sigourney Weaver and Stephen Lang still required traditional makeup for their human roles. Think about the scars, the dirt, the subtle aging effects, or even the battle wounds. And while the major creatures were CGI, there were often practical maquettes and reference models built. These still required skilled artists, materials, and time, contributing to the overall character appearance budget. It's a testament to the blend of techniques used in the film. To manage this colossal task, an army of artists and technicians was assembled. We're talking about hundreds of individuals, concept artists who first sketched the Gnostics, digital sculptors who built their 3D models, texture artists who painted every pore and pattern, riggers who gave them their skeletal structure, animators who brought movement, and finally, lighting and rendering artists who made them look real. It's estimated that at the peak of production, over 200 dedicated artists were focused solely on character appearance and animation. This kind of manpower doesn't come cheap. Beyond direct salaries, time itself is a massive cost in film production. The development of Avatar's groundbreaking performance capture technology and character pipelines wasn't an overnight affair. It took years of research and development, testing, and refinement before principal photography even began. This R&D alone represents a substantial portion of that makeup budget. Every hour spent perfecting a digital workflow, every day dedicated to solving a rendering challenge, added to the overall expense. It's not just about what you see on screen, but the invisible infrastructure that makes it possible. One of Cameron's core demands was that the Gnostics' faces had to perfectly convey the human actors' emotional performances. This meant the facial makeup had to be incredibly detailed and responsive. The team developed new software and techniques to transfer the subtle twitches, the muscle contractions, and even the micro-expressions from Zoe Saldana's face directly onto Neytiri's. This level of fidelity required a huge investment in both capture technology and the artistic skill to clean up and refine the data. It truly blurs the line between acting and animation, which is incredible. While not makeup in the traditional sense, the materials for the performance capture technology also represent a significant expenditure. We're talking about custom-built head-mounted cameras, specialized reflective markers that could withstand hours of rigorous movement, high-end computing hardware for processing vast amounts of data, and sophisticated proprietary software. Even the custom-tailored motion capture suits themselves are not cheap. When you scale this up for a large cast and an entire production, these material costs quickly add up, becoming a substantial part of the character appearance budget. To really grasp the scale, it's worth a quick comparison. Think about iconic alien makeup from the past, like Spock from Star Trek or even Yoda from the original Star Wars. These involved hours in a makeup chair for prosthetics, foam latex, and careful painting. That was expensive, sure. But Avatar essentially digitized that entire process, requiring an entirely new toolkit and skill set. It shifted the cost from physical materials and direct application to digital infrastructure, research, and a highly specialized labor force. It's a fascinating evolution of special effects, don't you think? Even with all the digital prowess, Avatar still blended live-action sets and actors with its virtual world. This meant the makeup for human characters had to seamlessly integrate with the digital environment and Gnostics characters. Think about Jake Sully's appearance as he transitions between his human form and his avatar body, the subtle visual cues, the lighting consistency. It's a delicate balance, and it required careful planning and execution by both practical makeup departments and the VFX teams to ensure everything felt cohesive. No easy feat, I can tell you. One of the monumental challenges in a film of Avatar scale, especially concerning character appearance, is maintaining absolute consistency. When you have hundreds of artists, thousands of shots, and years of production, ensuring that Neytiri's stripes look identical from one scene to the next, or that the texture of a banshee's skin remains consistent, is a monumental task. This required rigorous quality control, sophisticated asset management systems, and constant communication among teams. Every single detail had to be pixel perfect, and that level of precision adds significantly to the overall cost, naturally. And here's another thing. The makeup cost for Avatar wasn't a one-time expense. The initial investment in R&D and building the pipeline for the first film laid the groundwork, sure, but subsequent Avatar movies have continued to push the boundaries, refining and enhancing these techniques. Each sequel still requires massive budgets for character appearance, often building upon the previous innovations but also introducing new challenges, like underwater motion capture for The Way of Water. So, the ongoing makeup cost for the Avatar universe is a story in itself, continuously evolving. Was all this phenomenal cost justified? Absolutely. The makeup and character design for Avatar weren't just about making cool-looking aliens, they were fundamental to the film's success. The expressiveness of the Nausicaans' faces allowed audiences to emotionally connect with these fantastical beings, making their plight tangible and immersive. It created a world so real, so vibrant, that it captivated billions. That level of immersion, that emotional resonance, is priceless in filmmaking. It transformed a technological marvel into a storytelling masterpiece, setting new standards for the entire industry. So, when we ask how much the makeup cost for Avatar, we're not just tallying up tubes of paint. We're talking about a multi-million-dollar investment in pioneering technology, in the tireless dedication of hundreds of brilliant artists, and in a singular vision that pushed the boundaries of what film could achieve. It's a cost that truly paid off, not just in box office receipts, but in the lasting legacy of a film that redefined cinematic spectacle. Avatar's makeup isn't skin deep, it's etched into the very fabric of its innovative storytelling. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.